Hey everybody, a little bit of a different one today. We're going to talk about the week, a strange week I've had. I was approached recently by, beginning of this week, by a young man, a close friend. Bless him, he's only probably 19, and he's just found out that his girlfriend's pregnant. And he looked at me, with those wide-eyed look, with that "oh my god, what have I let myself into" kind of expression. And he looked excited and terrified. And he said to me, "Mate, I don't know where to start. I just don't know if I can be a dad, and what if I mess it all up?" I just had to take a smile, and just I remember this feeling. I just said to him, "Just take a breath, man. You'll just figure it out." I think everyone, like I said to him, everybody will offer you advice. Some of it's gold, some of it's good, some of it, well, I don't know. Everybody's got an opinion on it. I guess it's like arseholes. Everybody's got one. Sometimes you just got to take stuff with a pinch of salt. Because parenting, man, is just on-the-job training. I think you'll learn, like I said to him, you'll be learned by falling over and picking yourself up. But like I said to him as well, you'll be great. You'll figure it out. We do as parents. We just figure it out somehow. I think for me, my parenthood, I came from a home, we didn't have a lot of money. My dad worked, he worked really long hours. He didn't get paid a lot. My mum stayed at home with my sister, because my sister had Down syndrome. They went through a lot. They didn't have a lot of money. We didn't have the big holidays or flash cars, even though my dad couldn't drive. But we didn't have the big, the everything that a materialistic kind of thing, I suppose. My dad just didn't have the free cash. But the one thing I say we did have was stability. My dad and my mum, we'd just spend time together, and we'd just love each other. And I think that's kind of like the blueprint of how I see fatherhood, and I saw fatherhood. I just think that's just it, really. I can remember the very first time when I was told by my partner she was pregnant. Oh my God. I think it was a mix of joy, disbelief, panic, pride, you name it. I think I went through every emotion. I don't think anybody's ever prepared for the first time. I don't think anybody truly feels fully ready to be a parent. But you learn fast. You really do fast. I remember then, it was just a journey. Eventually, when I got over the fact that she was, when my ex was pregnant, I started to come to realise that, I've got a tiny human being that's coming into the world, and I've always wanted to be a father. I always wanted to be a dad. I think then it initially runs into when they're born. Oh wow. I can remember that feeling so well. You've got that tiny little human being in your arms. Oh, and suddenly your heart's no longer just yours. You've just got that child. I can remember holding my firstborn, Chloe, and I remember saying, "I'll do my utter best to protect you." God, just feeling it now. It gets me right there. But, she was something that I just wanted to protect. I just think that paternal instinct just kicks straight in. So when the initial baby things are done, and then you get them home. Oh, that's where it truly starts, I think. Welcome to nappies. God, I remember those days. Nappies, feeds, baby sick down your neck, baby sick down your shirt, the stink of sour milk, the burping, windless and sleepless nights. Oh my God, yeah, those 3 a.m. feeds are brutal. They just are so brutal. I can remember one time I had Chloe on the sofa. I'd got up about maybe 3 o'clock in the morning. I was so tired. I was doing the feeds. Really on the weekend to give my other half the time just a break from it. And oh my God, Chloe would wake me up. It would be like it's a mid feed. I need feeding now. Oh my God, I remember being sat on the sofa though, and I was feeding her, and I was so tired. I think I'd had a heavy week at work, and had a bottle in her mouth, and I can remember just nodding off with the bottle in her mouth, and all of a sudden it was like the bottle stopped. I think there must have been an airlock on the bottle, because she looked at me and was like, "Come on, man, I want this food. Sort it out." So I remember, it jolted me. Night feeds, oh my God, they were painful. Oh yeah, they were. But I think just as soon as I got through all this, I think I found my rhythm. I was good to go with one baby, and then our second came along. Baby number 2. Well, there's an old adage, I think. It says the first baby gets your time, and the second gets your wisdom. Ooh, maybe my girls have got a blend of both, because they are totally different. There again, I think it's kind of people tell you stuff, and I think you just go along with it. I mean, everybody's got an opinion on it. So then, I suppose once you've got past the baby stage, then you've got the toddly time. The toddlers, the first steps, then the full sprint mode. Oh my God, baby gates everywhere. I think baby gates were trying to keep them locked in, just so they wouldn't decide to be off. I can remember we had a baby gate, and Chloe pretty much used the dog to make a great escape. She was clever. Oh my God, yeah, that was so funny. And then when eventually they're already moving around, once they're moving, they're off. That's the one thing I did know. They moved, they were off. Then came talking. Jeez. It's brilliant when they first say the first words, like the daddy, the ganma, the non-stop chatter. Once they find the voices, you'd wish they'd shut up then. I don't mean that in a bad way, but it is kind of, once they found the voices, you can laugh at some of the funny things they say, because there's gibberish coming out, but it's heartwarming just to listen to them. It's really, really funny. But then they start repeating stuff that you really wish they hadn't heard. When you get adults talking about stuff, and then they all of a sudden, they're picking up something you have said, and they say it to your grandparents or a friend, and something they shouldn't be really saying. Oh man, I can remember that. We've been saying stuff that, oh my God, I can't believe it. And I just feel red just about sometimes that they maybe would say that. So for me, I had a bit of when they were toddlers, it was not planned, but it was a bit of a different one for me, really, because I split up from my ex-wife when the kids were quite young, really. But we decided to shared parenting eventually. My ex decided at the time, she thought that I would she would make sure that I would have the kids for half the week, because she thought she was punishing me basically. But I just couldn't believe it, because it wasn't going to be a punishment for me. It was a great gift forever for me to be there for all those bath times, bedtime stories, all of it. It was just what I wanted to be. It was me being a dad. It meant the world to me. It wasn't a punishment. Oh my God. It was just, I wanted to share parent. I wanted to be there. I wanted to be a dad. It was brilliant. I mean, I was quite lucky because my mum helped me when I was growing up. When the kids were growing up, when we'd split, because I would have had to juggle work and childcare. But my mum helped quite a lot, which was good in some respects, because she got to see the kids grow up, and she was brilliant for the childcare, because I couldn't have done what I did and have the relationship I've got with the girls more if I hadn't had my mum there. She just helped me with childcare and stuff, and I get that, and I know that I was lucky. And it's like, not everybody has that, that luxury. Not everybody has that support. I think childcare cost, especially in the school holidays, is insane. I think I had an employer that was, they were really good with me, and I could go pick them up from school. So I think I've been quite lucky, but I totally feel for people that don't have that luxury. The government really needs to sort out childcare costs, and especially for dads as well, because it seems to be that maybe some of the mums take all the stuff, but it needs to be shared out, maybe like the way they do it in America. I'm not sure, but there needs to be more funding, I think, really available for childcare. I think it's just part of to help the family unit. So then we get to school, and when they got to school, so the school came. I can remember the first day I dropped them off. I think I can remember that my heart was pounding. I think I was more nervous about handing my girls over to somebody to look after them, and I wasn't there to protect them. And I think being a dad, I think I kind of I've supposed to be used to being there and protecting them, and then someone else to look after them. It's quite a step. It's like you handing over the reins to something that you value and you care about so much. I can remember when the girls went to school. They went to Newby and Scorby School, primary school. I remember them going in their uniforms. They looked so cute, with the little backpacks on, and they seemed so excited to go. They were excited to go. I was nervous. I couldn't think all day at work about what they were up to. I think I was the wreck, not them. They were fine. I can remember picking them up at the end of the day, and they just come running out, drawings, and giggles. Dad, look what I've made. Oh man, there'd be pieces of paper with stuff drawn on, and all they could think was just they'd made friends, and they just had the best time. And I think that day, I think I slept because I'd been so stressed about them having being the day at school. I mean, it's really funny because, again, I mean, these are the stupid things I would do. I mean, they would make drawings, pictures, etc. for me. Little bumped head slips from them falling over in the playground, which Caitlin my youngest was always like really proud of. Oh look, I've got another bumped head slip. Oh God. But every scribble, every craft, everything they made, every bumped head note, I kept them all because it meant something to them that they made it for me. And if that meant something to them, it meant something to me. I treasure them. I've still got a Bergen full in in the attic, just full of all their stuff. I've never thrown I never threw anything away, so I've properly got a big list of them. And then when you're at school, becomes birthday parties. Oh my God, the birthday parties as a dad. I think as a dad, birthday parties were a bit strange. It was like they always seemed to be real cliquey with some parents. If you weren't there and in that little clique, I always felt a little bit left out. But at the end of the day, it's not for me. The birthday parties are for your daughters and your sons to go to. Just got to stick in your headphones and just listen and just look out and just get on with it if no one wants to talk to you. We'll probably find that at schools, but don't worry about it. I just remember parties just being chaos. It's really funny because with the parties, they always start with loads of people, and then as they get through school, that little parties get smaller and smaller, so where you'd probably start with the whole class, it would go lower and lower, so you'd get lower numbers, so then it became less and less. But the parties were amazing. It was funny just to watch them going. They'd get so excited with the little party bags when they came back. It was so funny. I'm not sure if they still do that these days. Well, not from teenagers, but I think that's slightly different now. But yeah. Anyway, back to teenage years. I think the teenage years, I think they're a funny one. I must admit, I've been quite blessed with my two. They haven't been too bad. But I still think it was kind of the thing that they started to find themselves. And I think when they became teenagers, they wanted to find themselves. They started to test the limits. I think it's hard. I think they need to grow. I mean, women, they need advice, and then the next minute they need space. I've really tried to learn to really listen, because I think growing up can be frustrating, and I think it was frustrating for them, and in my experience. But one thing I would always do though, and if I could ever offer anybody advice is, and this goes throughout the kids as a child, I'd never promise something that you can't deliver. Somebody once told me, never promise something and then don't deliver. I think kids remember broken promises and being let down, and if I made a promise to do something, one way or the other I'd try and do something to try and fix it. But kids, they really do, it really does kind of, I think it does upset them. But I guess then after teenage schools, they leave school and they're gonna go and fly. One day they're at school and then they're leaving, and then they're maybe going to university or they've got a job somewhere else. Then they find boyfriends. I mean, that's a hard one. And then they go on trips with friends. I mean, I've just had, my daughter's just gone on holiday and she's come back. I think I was a nervous wreck. Again, I think it was more like the school holiday thing. I'm not there to protect them. I know they're adults, but I think you never, as a dad, especially with girls, probably never stop worrying. And I think that's natural. I think it really is natural. I think that the hard thing is suddenly realizing that you're not the only man in the world anymore. That stings. That really does sting. Because you were once their world. You'd hold their hands and daddy's girls, and they'd look up to you you kind of all of a sudden they've got the boyfriends, or they don't need you as much. They do need you, don't get me wrong. I mean, you're never going to be there, but you know that you can't always protect them, but it's hard. It does get you, but at the end of the day, you know that in a heartbeat, if they hurt, you'd be straight there to help them. I know that I'd trade places with them in a heartbeat if I could take the pain away if they were hurting. I think that's just natural as a dad. But I think for me, being a dad, wow, I think it's the proudest thing I've ever done, and it's the one thing I think that I kind of think I've done all right. I long for it. I really long to be a dad. I'd like to. I think it's the proudest thing I've ever done. The thing is that I'm really proud of my girls. I'm biased, I know, but the clever, funny, witty girls, and they do anything for everything, and they've got the proper moral compass, and over everything, they really are my best friends. So I think, to the new dad, to our family friend, I just think, show up and listen. Just be there. Love fiercely. Don't be afraid to show your feelings. Life's too short for not to be. Show them you're there. Show them you care. Show them that you love them. That's what they need over anything materialistic. You can buy the most expensive things in the world, but if you haven't got love, then what's the point? You don't need to be perfect either. That's what I'd say to him. Just be there, and everything else will fall into place. You'll learn as you go. It's just a learning curve. That's my take on it. I hope you enjoyed this one. It's a bit of an unusual one, but thank you for watching.